Fucking ears.
And that's how I met my Roblox girlfriend. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the LolAttack podcast. Today I am here with Guess That's Ty, Goldie, Link, Brewster T. Cooper, Prince, and Star Mango. Hello everybody, how we doing?
I'm doing
My
fantastic.
penis is bigger than yours.
I am good.
My pee fell off.
This is the worst start to a stream ever.
Shut up,
I'm
Goldie!
glad.
Shut up, Goldie.
Shut up, Goldie!
Disclaimer,
Shut
not
off, Goldie.
Goldie, shut up!
Goldie, for fuck's sake.
What the
God
fuck is
damn it,
going on?
Goldie!
I'm not even saying anything.
Goldie, just shut up!
Goldie, stop.
Goldie.
We can
Yeah,
hear his
Goldie,
thoughts.
shut up!
As you can see, ladies
This
and
is
gentlemen,
so fucking toxic, oh my god.
we are not
Yeah,
professionals in any way, so don't expect professional quality from us.
can't be happy
Oh,
here.
Old Maid Ubafest, if you're watching right now, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We're all
man.
trashy people.
I can say nothing except uwu.
So basically, this is
Listen, like, guys, can we act professional during this stream, please?
this is very
I want
personal.
chicken balls.
But no, no.
Yeah, we're now seriously requesting that we get into this. So,
Alright,
here we
alright.
go. Here we
This
go.
is a formal request now.
So what are we
Okay.
talking about?
Okay.
So we're gonna catch up with the chat first, and then we're gonna move on to the.
Yeah,
other
we're gonna catch up with the chat first because like we haven't fucking uploaded in eons. So
As
how we
sad
all
as
doing,
it
chat?
is, as sad as it is, we're not dead.
Yikes.
We're back
I
in
know,
full
right?
force.
Wow.
dude.
I actually need to find the YouTube channel. Give me a second. Because I can't interact with chat otherwise.
Yeah.
Right.
You should have done your
Oh, yeah,
research
that's right.
before,
That's right.
man.
You need to be a mod.
You should have
Yes,
done your research before.
So
Yeah,
basically, what we're gonna have sort of segmented podcasts now, where basically the theme we're gonna have right now is we're gonna actually talk about many forms of art. Will it be music, mostly 3D and 2D art. That's what we're gonna go into later. But for now, we're gonna catch up with the viewers and stuff. Catch up with everyone who's watching right now, and we're gonna just chill for a second before we get into the meaty stuff.
Yeah.
Plus, we also
And,
have one announcement to come.
hmm?
We also have an
Yeah.
announcement.
Yeah, it's something to do with action analysis. You might want to stick around. So anyway, for the record, for the entirety of the podcast, we will be hosting a live Q&A. So send in your answers, and we'll try to answer them as soon as they come in.
I gotta say, I'm pretty proud of the overlay because it's actually working.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I'm happy about that background I made. It was so worth it.
So
It was
si-
absolutely worth
yeah.
it.
Since the last podcast, actually we got a few new members that will be joining
Yeah,
us
we got
for this
we
podcast.
we got a few new members of LAP. Plus, we went through a massive renovation.
That's why the whole streaming layout is different because it's actually streaming from my PC onto the LAP YouTube channel.
Yeah. That's right. I'm not actually hosting the stream this time. It's been made possible by the ever-loving kindness of Link YouTube.
I love you.
Bro, that's gay.
I thought we were
That's
going to be
okay.
formal, Star.
God,
Come on,
shit,
Star.
I forgot about that. I'm sorry.
You can only say homosexual. Do not say that we're gay.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything. I don't know what to say that won't come out as non-professional.
That's
I'm-
a bad thing.
no, like,
That's
No,
the
I
thing,
seriously
Cat's
don't
personality.
know. I seriously
Unprofessional.
don't know what to say. Now I'm just quiet.
We're
'cause
gonna-
Just go with the flow.
But listen,
Yeah,
anyway,
just-
we're gonna navigate it.
I am holding back all of the things I want to say right now.
You should have read the LolAttack Productions etiquette.
Bruh.
We gave a handbook
Have
out.
an etiquette?
What do you mean?
We should actually make an etiquette for the podcast.
Whoa, you
I
grabbed me.
agree, but
If I'm not allowed to say cock, balls, and
well, that's fine. It's just to temper it,
So
That's all we ask.
So okay, so
Well, there was no such thing. You grabbed me and threw me into LAP, and I said,
Vietnamese rice farmer asked, "How do you guys feel about the isolation, also known as the quarantine that's going on right now?"
What, you mean
It's
my
maybe-
normal life?
yeah,
It's-
it's
I
pretty great not gonna lie.
personally
It's
got
great not
really
to lie.
bored of it.
It doesn't change anything from my life either. It's all
Yeah.
completely normal.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Just me personally, I've been up and down with the whole thing, but honestly, it's been nice because it has given me an opportunity to actually work on a lot of stuff from home, and kind
Yeah.
of gives me an excuse to just sort of hunker down and really work on self-improvement type stuff, So,
Ew, being an emotionally healthy person.
I know,
Can't relate.
I know you can't
Oh,
stop.
don't worry, I'm only 50% there.
God. Let's see. Some autistic kid asks, "Will you bring back animation analysis live?"
Will we?
Is that a me question?
I guess. I
I
guess it's
assume
your.
it's
I
you
guess it's a you question.
It's your series.
Okay. Fucking. Should we do an episode of animation analysis live later on in the stream?
Maybe sometime next week or maybe the week after.
Maybe.
Because because like the whole setup has changed and now that I am in charge, it's gonna be kind of different because normally it was just I think it was normally just LolAttack and the chat, but
I would say that like for today, for example, I think we're gonna probably go up to like noontime probably to stream. So we're gonna have quite a few hours to do things, so we might be able to get to something like that maybe.
Yeah.
But no promises. Depends on how long our other topics take.
Vietnamese
Yeah.
rice farmer asks, do you functioning members of the society believe this Splatoon fandom still exists? Nope.
Unfortunately.
I
What
believe
is
it
that?
exists, but I believe it's the most toxic thing to exist.
What is this community you're speaking of?
This community is nothing more than a giant trash fire. That's it.
That we're trying to redeem. Come on, guys, get in the spirit.
Come, you cannot redeem something
That was
like
your
this.
goal. That was not my goal.
I want.
I hope you were kidding on that one.
I'm actually thinking the same as Goldie, honestly.
I
hope you're
am
kidding.
half kidding. I'm half kidding.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, he's a simp.
Azza76 says, "Hi Lawrence." That's hello, Azza or Aaron. That is my cousin.
Hi, it's me.
How are you doing,
It's me, also Lawrence, but not really.
guys? Speak nicely.
My
He's like,
name- Yep.
It's the Lawrence bootleg.
I am like
the Dutch Lawrence ripoff.
I am the eBay
Yeah.
Lawrence.
He's the rip-off, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like the
Yeah.
Chinese version. I'm like the Chinese bootleg or Lawrence, basically.
What
Exactly.
the? What the what?
Don't question these things.
We can't be
Um,
racist here, Link. You should probably not say that.
I'm not racist. I'm not being racist.
It's not racist, no.
We seriously need to make an etiquette.
I mean,
Oh,
no.
let's
This
keep
is,
one
this is,
thing
you
in
have no
mind.
idea
bitch,
how
please.
how straining this is on me.
Guys, we got another question. Talking about LOL.
Alright,
He
hold up.
says,
Bitch Pliz says he has returned. We have returned. Communism.
Yeah, we're in
It-
comedy
it-
stream.
insert the USSR theme, but vibrato.
Okay, another question: Is K-pop good? Wrong answer only.
No,
No.
it sucks.
No.
No, it's not. It's not a genre.
So you're basically saying yes because we only need to give wrong answers.
K-poop.
Link, I listened to it, bro.
Listen, as long as it's not Nightcore, you're fine because that's not a real genre. That's just a bet.
Watch as every K-pop fan now harasses us because we said K-pop bad.
That's fine.
And also this stream
Listen,
is
like, let's be honest. Like, it's only the vocal minority of the K-pop community that makes it viewed as so awful. Same with the Splatoon community.
basically
The toxic people are a minority, but they are a very, very vocal minority.
That is true.
yeah,
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah.
shut up, Link.
We're gonna get canceled, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Ada, send my love to the family for me. Yeah.
Oh, that's wholesome and gay.
Wholesome, but really gay as well.
Shut up, Link.
Y'all, swear to God,
Guys.
swear to God, and I'm not allowed to be.
Just
unprofessional.
quick this disclaimer, just to clear that up.
This
Nobody
podcast
hears.
is a fucking train wreck, I swear.
Well, yes,
Ga-
but
gaming's-
I'm actually starting to get disappointed now.
Gay means happiness, man. We're all happy.
It
We're all
does-
gay.
Yeah.
but I'm
Yeah,
just putting a professional, semi-professional disclaimer that
I swear we're professional.
we are.
Professional
Not-
with big quotation marks.
Man, I wish I could talk. I would love it if I could talk. Man, that would be
You
amazing.
can't speak now. Sorry.
Nobody here. Okay.
Let the poor man speak.
We stole his vocal records. He can't speak.
Goldie.
Let him
Okay,
speak.
Sorry.
Nice, man.
Anyways, nobody here, nobody in this chat is actually homophobic. We are very open-minded people, and so if you hear us just throwing the word "gay" around sometimes here and there, it is not meant as actual
It's
disrespect.
internal language that we use.
If I,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if I may
Some of us
interject,
I can't believe he has to make a professional statement saying that we're not
Yeah,
homophobic.
but-
if I also may interject,
Yeah, but like literally, most of us in here are at least kind of in a way gay.
yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
wait.
if I may,
Yeah.
excuse me, if I may interject, something that's also important is context too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not saying the word gay also as like some. we're saying it in a satirical sense too.
If we don't give out that disclaimer, we're gonna get canceled by K-pop Twitter. So we're basically forced to say it.
Yeah,
Guys, they're
we're
watching
good
us.
with the correct
And,
I ain't forced to say it.
And for the record, I'm just gonna go on record and say to the chat, can we keep talk about like drama and the internet patrol to a minimum?
Yeah, we would like to keep things clean here as much as possible as far as those type of subjects go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you guys can ask pretty much most of what you want, except like we kind of want to hold off on certain controversial political opinions and stuff like what political figure do you support, etc. Like we're not going to do that type of stuff here.
If it's political related, it could be like, I don't know, like game political related, like say what goes on in the community. That's completely minimal.
Exactly.
What
yeah.
are you talking about? But no,
Well, I think it's like
I cannot word. I'm sorry.
I think I kind of get what you mean. Like just like keep it to like controversial subjects that have to do with something that's nothing to do with like.
Yeah, exactly. Like something controversial that isn't like gonna blow anything out of proportion.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Anjdeep Singh says, "Hey, your channel's really grown. Do you still remember me though?" Yes, you were in year 3 with me. What's up?
Wow.
Big
I
nice.
can't. Meanwhile, I can't remember like the people I went to school with like 3 years ago.
I do.
Last
I,
time I went to school was kindergarten, and that was it.
I do, but like most of them were
Oh my god.
poopy heads.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
a bit off topic. Sorry.
But like for the record, can we keep talk about my real name to a minimum as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not mention and not talk about anybody's
Yeah.
Yeah, let's keep
do say
privacy
my
out
real
of
name
this
because-
and not speak about real people's names.
My name,
Yeah.
my first and last name are on the internet for art and photography reasons. So you can call me Tyler.
If anybody asks, my real name is LolAttack.
Yes.
And my real name is Goldie.
Sorry.
His parents didn't put much thought into
Did
his
we
real
just
name.
like talk about?
Exactly.
I'm gonna
My real
have
name
to
is-
ask you
my
to
real name is
stop,
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Tyler.
All right,
Huh?
hold up. Vietnamese Rice Farner asks, "Do you believe that Splatoon Gmod animations are considered masterpieces?
Are they what?
Do you know which team you're talking to? We criticize Splatoon Gmod animations for a living.
I feel like the Gmod crossover is basically the best animation, Splatoon Gmod animation in the whole community. Nothing can top Gmod crossovers.
I've never seen that stuff, so I can't testify to that. But like, if you're gonna ask me,
Lawrence someone says a kid says Lawrence the self-insert.
Yes.
Oh my god, screw you. And Steve says, someone says a kid, shut up. All right, I'm gonna have to shut that down right now.
Bro, we're
Was that a stutter?
we're gonna
Don't. Okay, listen, don't attack anyone in the chat, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's my formal request.
unless you guys are like, if you guys are like friends and this is like, and you're actually joking, that's okay. But if there's like if you guys are actually fighting right now, we're
Yeah, we can't
Not gonna
tolerate
Ask you
that.
to silence.
Yeah,
No boomers.
no boomers.
no
Exactly.
boomers allowed.
We don't need any fights. We're not that low.
I
Maybe.
normally endorse
Yeah,
this,
exactly.
but that in this stream we can't do that. So please
I
don't.
only start fighting Splatoon 2, and I still win most of the time.
Fight me in
Of
Smash.
course.
Then again, you're
Because
pretty.
competitive.
Then again,
Yeah.
you're a pretty
Yeah.
fine in person. So yeah.
P.S. I just advertised our stream in Lily McFluffy Butt's Discord, so now we're
I just advertised the
Shit's
stream
gonna
in
be
in Clay server.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
do it in my server.
Oh,
Because
nice.
why?
You know, if Lily was in the
Oh
stream,
boy,
the
what
stream
is-
would have
what is
been
Lily's
ruined a long time ago.
actually Lily probably would just be screaming at us to all focus.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and that's why the stream would be
Wait,
ruined.
Isn't that a good thing considering like who
Kind
we
of.
are?
I think we need Lily as like a buffer.
Who is
Ironically.
Lily?
Exactly.
Guys,
He's a friend of ours.
firstly, think about who Lily is for a second.
Who is Lily?
He's a friend of ours.
He's a friend
Yeah.
of ours. You'll probably meet him one day,
And
unfortunately.
you're gonna regret
I'm
it.
scared.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Unfortunately,
Shout
why
out to Lily, by the way.
Shout
Shout
out
out
to
to
Lily
Lily
McFluffy, buddy.
McFluffy.
He's actually we're not actually shitting on him this time. He's actually a good mapper, and he's got some cool stuff for Gmod. You should check it. You should
Wait.
check it out.
Ty, you
Okay,
might
now
want
you
to put
gotta
that in a
be
better
fair.
context.
What did I say? What was...
Because you said mapper and Twitter map thing.
Guys,
Oh.
please don't call them maps. For real.
Oh,
No,
What?
like
What?
we're not
Because,
talking
like,
about that kind of map.
no, we're talking about
We're talking
like,
about Gmod maps.
Yeah, like he
Yeah,
makes
I'm just
Gmod.
saying-
I don't know. I was referring to how people are calling a certain group map, but there's already a
We're
term.
not talking. We're
I
not talking
forgot
those
about
kind
that
of maps.
actually.
I didn't even know about that. Well,
No. I mean,
we're not talking about that, so don't
Oh.
worry.
Mhm.
Can
Yeah.
y'all let her talk?
Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
When no. At first, I know it was not meant for a term for that, but someone else mentioned a certain group as in the word map.
Uh-huh.
I was just saying to that that quote unquote certain group shouldn't be called map. There's already another term for map, and it's not that, and we should avoid using it.
Yeah, they're called pedos.
Yeah, just say that word instead of map, please. Because there's
For the
already...
record, collective opinion of LolAttack Productions: pedos are bad. Bye bye.
Thank
Then-
you.
Don't
Thank you
diddle
for
kids.
coming to our TED Talk.
We'll just call him a level maker then.
But okay.
Sure.
It seems a little strange that we have to, considering that a map is a thing that's existed for years for navigation. But I guess we're gonna we'll go with that then, just for
Yeah, we're gonna have to call it guidance paper.
guidance paper.
All right. All right. There are some questions in the chat. Let's answer them. Azza says, what Gmod episode are you most proud of? Are you talking about Gmod crossovers? If so, then none of them. I hate all of them.
I am very proud of the first one. That was the best one, and I remember the time where Ian's Lol's Inksona went up to two rabbits and fucking shot them in the head.
Oh my god.
We all know
I don't
Ian's a
what I'm watching
sociopath
later.
at this point.
The sad thing is, if you watch Gmod crossovers, you know that actually happened. And Steve asks, LolAttack, do you still have that super nasty look question? This is a personal question, and personal questions go in DMs, but I will answer this one and say no.
Damn, after that thinking about it, man. God.
Rice Farner says, how do you make a Splatoon Gmod video?
Well,
Well,
firstly,
boy.
you need
First of all,
to
don't.
put away all of your pride, for starters.
Yeah, please put all of your pride.
Who's that?
Okay, on serious note though, if that's a serious question, then we'll just answer it seriously. We're just joking around at this point.
Yeah. All right. So, as somebody who's never animated in Gmod before, I might be the wrong person to be answering this question, but I'm just gonna go for it anyway. Like, it's just kind of weird to say with any Gmod animation you make. It just takes a lot of practice. You really should learn how to use the easy animation tool. No, not the easy animation tool. Brewster, what am I thinking of?
Stop motion helper?
Yeah, stop motion helper.
Stop motion helper, yeah.
And definitely use a lot of reference. Look at just like, I guess Splatoon gameplay for animation reference. Look at real people walking and running. Just anything that will help make the animation feel more real. And like, it's okay if you don't get it at first, but like, don't post a video with like a stiff animations. And I mean, bottom line, just don't be Brian Jackson.
Yeah, exactly.
Some advice.
Don't
I
make
should throw out-
PowerPoint presentations. That's
Some
just
advice-
let's just keep it at that.
Are we allowed to talk about Brian Jackson here?
We can if we want.
We could just. I was just thinking, just mention him for that purpose as an example. But outside of that,
Okay.
we're not talking about shit Gmod Splatoon members today.
Hey,
Yeah.
as an actual animator, like full time, you can say, I can at least get some advice, and that would be when it comes to walk cycles, what you should do is if the model is not broken and it can use ragdoll mover, you should use the ragdoll mover to get the character one position to another, and use ragdoll mover or a fizz gun to pose the legs to your liking. And don't just do it on your first try too. Actually do it until you think it looks good enough. Like,
Yeah.
get a second opinion if you have to, and always do multiple versions of the same scene, because That way you can tell which one is better too.
I'll be right back.
So wait, so
Yeah,
does that
yes.
include? So does that include our actual advice segment then?
Yeah, that's actual advice, and that's something I do too. I always usually make 1 or 2 copies of the same scene to see which one would fit better. But I usually make copies if the first one is not to my liking.
Okay.
Also,
So
oh no.
if the first one's good, if the first one is to your liking, then keep it. All right.
Also,
Now,
another tip with walk cycles. This is also coming from like someone that has like kind of like a very basic knowledge on 2D animation, but like it's a little tip. So for example, if the left leg is moving forward, then like your right arm would like slightly move forward as well. So like if one leg moves forward, then like the arm on the opposite side would also move forward like a little bit as well. At least that's
Rice Farmer just said, "Thank you for this knowledge bomb."
you are welcome.
And Forza Dorian Pro says, "Cluck."
Nice.
Cluck.
Cluck.
Cluck cluck.
Hey,
Good luck.
kaboom.
Also, I was also gonna say is that if you're, this is not animation, but if you're posing, this is someone who has very like doesn't really. I don't pose or anything like that. I'm not like a 3D artist, but what I think would be logical to do is if you're doing a basic pose, do a pose it yourself in real life, take a picture of it, and use it as reference.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that would work because then you actually have a real life example of what you're doing instead of like it looking like
when I pose, I mainly like imagine the pose in my head, then I do the pose in real life, and then I work from memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good tip. As a 76 says, I'm talking about crossovers, and okay then. Correction. Which Gmod crossovers episode were you most proud of?
Well, you
I'm
you
assuming
did say you didn't like
it.
any of them, but is there one
Like-
that you say, well, you didn't like it, you still proud of it?
So the one
Like
that
at the time.
the one that I hated, the one that I hate the least.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, like, I feel like my favorite out of all the Gmod crossovers episodes was episode 2.
The one where he shot 2 bunnies that were innocently playing.
Yeah, exactly.
What a monster, man. Ian is a monster and a sociopath.
Listen, only because it introduced Sharky. Sharky is a Chad.
But you fucking you abuse him, bro.
Oh,
I'm not
actually, he does. He did.
Oh yeah, they have an abusive friendship by the end.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey,
I love
hey,
healthy
LolAttack.
character dynamic.
Yes, and Steep. If it is it personal if I say something only you will get?
Pretty much, I guess.
I prefer questions that can be directed to the entirety of LolAttack Productions, as in like every icon on the screen right now. So yeah.
Oh, we're not like saying, oh, answer everyone, like
Yeah,
answer
like,
everyone. We're
I
just
don't-
saying like, oh,
yeah. What counts as personal? Anything involving like where we used to go to school, and like
or his
like,
personal life.
Yeah,
Anything that's basically anything that's basically to himself and not on the internet.
Exactly.
If that answers your question.
Yeah. Rice Farmer says, "Hear me out. What if this whole year was all Papa John's fault?"
I knew it.
Who is that?
Papa
He's
John.
some pizza guy from America.
Oh,
Pizza guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Pizza
man.
guy.
Then of course, yeah, it's his fault.
Yeah. He was the man behind the saucer.
The man behind the slaughter.
Some autistic kid says, "Who is your favorite character in Gmod crossovers?" Oh boy.
Oh
Please
my.
have mercy on my soul.
Either Sharky because like he's an absolute freaking weirdo, or Ian because he's an absolute fucking sociopath.
The only reason you like him is because he's your character.
Shut up.
Wow.
Listen, I only recognized how truly great Ian was when I realized his sociopath.
Whoa,
so-
bro,
Soraya?
he shot up.
Pathological.
Soraya, check your name.
Alright.
He decapitated Rayman, causing his
Where?
to fall on the floor. He shot 2 innocent bunnies. He launched Batman into space. What?
Yeah.
He launched Batman into space.
God.
No,
Oh,
no,
that's
he,
funny.
no, he just knocked him out after he found him in his house.
Oh, I remember that. I thought that he was like thrown into the sky.
No, like he wasn't thrown into, he wasn't freaking launched into space like a Smash
Okay.
character. Though that would have been a pretty good effect.
Let me
Well,
just add,
well,
like,
perhaps.
I feel like that is something I see so many times in Splatoon stuff, is people getting thrown into the sky, and I don't understand it.
Looks
I
like
mean,
Team Rocket is
I think-
lasting out
Guys,
again.
I think it's meant for like a reference to like cartoon shows because
Yeah, I was about to
Rocket.
say that. people-
Okay, that's fair, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
like,
it's
yeah, a lot of
Cartoon
things that
people
people
to
do.
the sky.
It's like
yeah,
inspired off.
like first it's a reference, then it's just annoying.
I mean, it's just like on par with like say sound effects. It's just people use them for the cartoony reasons.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. It's just that I noticed it a lot, and I just like, oh, okay, this seems to be kind of a trend, but I don't know why, and I just didn't think of it that way.
I think it's just because, again, like earlier with cartoony stuff, people are gonna get it. Of course it's a reference.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
It's no
Um,
different than using. It's no different than using. It's no different than using like say the Wilhelm scream whenever freaking yeeted.
The goofy scream.
And Steve says, looking back at the old viz, how the fuck did you not get sued or demonetized? Our channel is not nearly big enough to like actually allow monetization, so we're fine.
We're
Well,
already
you
demonetized.
can still get sued, but if I had to, I'm no lawyer, and I'm gonna
Why
confirm
would you
that.
sue a 15-year-old?
You'd be surprised.
Let's get Ross Scott on this.
I mean, I'm no lawyer.
I have a
to-
question.
I have to confirm that.
Now I'm actually wondering, could you still get sued if you use copyrighted music on a non-monetized video?
No, but that kinda.
Like,
That
let's
depends.
say if it was monetized, then all the money would go to them.
Yeah.
Or they can do a share. I know I had that with a composer for Sly Cooper music. I won't get into that. But no, that depends on the company. If they want to sue you, they'll go right ahead and sue you. But
Yeah.
they can either DMCA it, they can either take the monetization, or they can have like a share where you get half, they get half, and it's all hunky dory.
Everyone's happy.
Yeah.
But again, it
Um,
usually depends on the person, but they'll mostly sue you.
Yeah, like
Oh,
Sony Music.
Yeah.
Yeah, like UMC.
Oh, with Sony,
UMG.
yeah. With Sony,
Uh,
they can do stuff like cease and desist. That's another thing they can do.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking in general too.
Okay.
Go on.
Some autistic kid asks, "Hey LolAttack, is it okay if I redesign and model the Watcher for a practice animation? That sounds like a Goldie question."
Please don't kill me.
No, but like,
Okay.
like,
Okay, so, if you're going to redesign the Watcher, then I would absolutely endorse it, because at this current time, even though he's never used, his main appearance was just a fucking recolor of Sans, so I would absolutely endorse that. If you are going to make like a design change, it happened.
Red Sands.
Ketchup Sans, and please don't shame me for this. I made this when I was like young.
I like to
I
imagine that Ketchup Sans' theme is just like the normal Sans theme song, like backwards, but distorted and slowed down.
Yes, yes.
Oh, what if
Basic-
Megalovania was in a McDonald's format?
oh god, like McDonald's
Oh
format.
no.
The Watcher just becomes
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
the Watcher just becomes Ronald McDonald.
I hate that and love it at the same time.
Some autistic kid, Goldie LolAttack Productions gives you permission to redesign the Watcher.
Yes.
Rice Farmer says, "Can you overdose on gushers?"
Yes.
I hope so.
Yes,
I did once. I almost died.
I'm pretty sure you can.
What even
I
are
mean-
gushers?
They're like this candy that's filled with juice, depending on.
Yeah, they have like a whole bunch of different variety of
love it.
snacks. I've always hated Gushers. I liked fruit roll-ups for the longest time though.
Yeah.
For the record, we're not sponsored by Gushers or Fruit Roll-Ups.
Or Norway Shadow
They're actually
Legends.
from the same company, I think. Fruit Gushers and Roll and Fruit.
We're
Yeah,
not
no.
sponsored by Gushers.
Norway Shadow Legends.
I'm hungry.
Sponsor us, please.
Raid Shadow Legend.
Cat, no.
Raid,
Don't
Raid,
do it,
Raid,
Dad.
if you're watching this, please sponsor us.
This stream is
Oh,
actually
God.
sponsored
No,
by.
definitely.
Sorry, guys, you got it wrong. This stream is actually sponsored by Honey.
I just want this server. I just want this channel to be sponsored by Source Art Colony.
This stream is
no.
sponsored by Brewster TV. Yes.
This episode of the LolAttack Productions podcast is sponsored by CalArts.
Wait, who joined?
No.
Join.
It's
Necremic did.
Nice. Hello.
Small artifact says, "What the hell is this?" Good question.
I have
no idea.
Hello,
I don't
friend.
know, man.
And Epic and Bacon says, "Can you overdose on Chewits?"
I hope so.
What? What?
Huh?
What's it?
Do you mean like vitamin Chewits?
It's like the vitamin
Yes.
gummies. I love overdosing on vitamin gummies.
Hold on, guys. Necremic has something funny to tell us.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh. That is very funny. Thank you for telling us.
But no, go on.
Yeah, go on.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's cool, dude. I'm kidding.
That's okay.
Link, for the love of God.
Okay.
Let the
okay.
man tell his story.
Let the man speak.
Let the man speak.
He's not even talking, though. Go ahead.
Oh no.
Oh no.
boy.
Oh no.
Did you react to it?
Well,
Oh, God.
Hey,
Shit went from like
guess
1
what?
to 100.
well, I'll tell you something equally as funny if that makes you feel better. My mom is actually watching the podcast right now. Hi, Mom.
Wait, what?
Are you
Wait,
serious?
Are you
what?
serious?
Yes, she is. I am
Fuck.
serious.
Oh,
What's
wait,
up?
who's mom?
hey,
My
what's
mom.
up? What's up?
Bruce's mom.
What's up, Mom?
My
T.
mom.
Koopa?
Oh.
Bruce's mom.
Hi,
I
Brewster's
swear,
mom.
I swear we're good boys.
What's up, Mom T. Koopa?
Yeah, we're
Hi,
Good
What
boy.
did you wait? Like, what did you call my mom?
Mom T. Koopa.
Mom T. Cooper.
That's funny. You hear that? You're famous now.
Hi, Brewster's mom.
I think this makes you an honorary member of LolAttack Productions.
This is
Yay.
awesome.
I'm
Nice.
officially an honorary member of something for one.
Oh no.
I love this.
Angie Singh recites the famous ... from the Splatoon Gmod / SFM community.
Yike.
Oof.
big ouch.
That is how you summon them. Do not. Hey, don't type it.
Don't summon the community. They
Don't
can be
summon the
here
demon lords.
Just sit in a circle, dude. Just sit in a
Guys,
circle
I
and
think
do,
I
like-
might just drop out. Like, I think this is just gonna be common. Like, I might just drop in, drop out sometimes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Go ahead.
That's fine.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright.
Peace, homies.
Whoa.
Have a nice day.
Later, gamer.
Ah,
Okay,
Oh
so
god.
should we just like sort of like segue into the art stuff now, or what about?
If they
wait,
don't
I
have
like
any
that.
question,
Hold on. We have another question. Goldie, would you like to read this one out?
oh no. Okay, which question?
The most recent one from
The most
White-
re-
from White-
Okay, do you need talent to join LolAttack product?
You may
Production.
answer this, Goldie.
Well, I certainly don't have any.
same.
Talent?
Neither.
Talent? What is
Never
that?
heard of it.
I've
Never
never
heard
heard
of
of it.
See, this is how, ladies and gentlemen, this is how it goes. There are people here who have talent. There are people here who don't.
And then there's
Like Goldie.
Goldie. No, okay, LolAttack, I was gonna say there are people who are talented, there are people who aren't, and then there's Goldie.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's basically how it goes.
I like to say I'm
Yeah.
a professional. I'm a professional idiot.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
that's
I mean,
my
you got
prompt.
that down
Excuse me.
We all are
For,
Like
professional idiots.
basically, Rice Fana, all you need to have to join LolAttack Productions is at least some experience in a few target demographics like Gmod animation, 2D animation, editing, voice acting, whatever. And you also
Writing.
need writing, yeah. And you also need a majority vote to pass through the heavenly gates of LolAttack.
Writing, what's that?
You gotta survive the gauntlet.
You gotta
And the
survive.
gauntlet is the majority vote system. Basically, do you want to speak, Link?
Yeah, you'll also be canonized. So you gotta beat up every single one here in order to join.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Listen, this is like a.
I'm
this
still
is like,
trying.
Yeah,
This
you
is like a
have to
trial to
beat
become a
Cam
space
easy
marine,
and
basically.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
have to beat Cam easy
You
and
gotta
the
fight
team.
to
Oh
use some
no,
boss.
boy.
You have to like survive like at least 20 like more than 24
Oh,
hours
yeah.
on a hostile alien planet.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
I don't remember
But
this being part of
in all
Black Mesa.
seriousness, you do need some experience in at least like one field that we're looking for, and a majority vote to pass. Right now, 6 votes are needed to let someone into LolAttack Productions. Okay. Do we want to do the art segment now?
Yeah,
If they
let's go.
don't have any more questions, yeah.
All right.
Alright.
Well, let's go,
Alright, Ty,
gamers.
hit it up.
All right. We're gonna need somebody to like. You're gonna need to like zoom in on that
I
thing.
did. It's just a
Oh.
little bit delayed.
Oh, okay. I see. Never mind. All right. So since the majority of the people here do Gmod related stuff, we're obviously gonna start here with Gmod artwork. I was scrambled over time, so I didn't get as many pieces as I want. But these are still great demonstrations. These-
Wait, can you do an explanation as to what this segment is?
All right, so this segment here is just about like, basically about talking about soft lights and stuff, and like how you can basically make how to make stuff, as you can see in these pictures, and like what it takes to put this type of stuff together.
So
For
in other
start,
words, get good.
yes, get good.
Welcome to the LolAttack classroom.
I'm not
This
glad
is-
that
Have
you
the
here.
roller.
All right,
this,
so
this is your online classroom.
Anyway, let the man speak.
all right, so here we go. So to start it off, we have a few different scenes here. This one I picked specifically because Allmate used a technique.
Hold
which
on.
is-
Sorry,
What?
BRB, you can continue.
Oh, okay. Allmate used a technique in here that's very interesting. So first of all these scenes here are not maps, everybody. These are scene builds, which means every one of these compositions are entirely comprised of props, sort of kit bashed together in order to make an entire composition like this. So everything from the buildings to the grounds to just whatever else you see here, these are all done with props. And they're usually done on a pitch black map known as GM Black V3, which you can just get on the workshop. And so basically, the entire scene is lit with what is known as soft lamps. Soft lamps are basically like normal Gmod lamps, only they feature an array of advanced features that you can't get with the default lamps, which is like soft shadows, actual rendering, and a couple of other settings as well, such as shadow radius and other things like that. And basically, this scene, for example, was lit by a key light, which was the sunlight we have here. This over here, the light that's coming from the Combine, whatchamacallit? I'm sorry, I don't.
Like
Is it the Citadel?
screen.
Well, screen, yes, but like, that's the force field, just Combine force field.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the force field.
Yeah, so basically, this was done by Allmate basically taking a blue glowing prop, and he used what is known as the light bounce tool. He basically scanned the glowing prop, and he did what is known as a light bounce render, and it basically generated a blue glow like that. And this was a really interesting technique because like I never even... And by the way, the tools that you can use for this stuff are called V tools, made by Volkstar, who's a very famous Gmod artist. He's done a lot of the background art that's on the Gmod menu, and you can get those just by going to Oldmate Soft Lamps tutorial. Don't bug him for how to install it because he's not going to tell you how.
F.
And basically, a lot of these same techniques were used here. Like over here with this Darth Vader one, he basically did the same thing with the lightsaber. It just used the lightsaber's glow, essentially scanned it with the light bounce tool, and it just simply allowed for the light to generate. I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm not saying any of this right.
It's fine.
Take your time.
And so essentially, that is how a lot of Gmod artists use the tool in order to make these type of glowing light sources without actually having to use a lamp, like the normal light tool, because a light tool kind of sucks, honestly, and you can't really do soft lamp renders with it. And same technique is demonstrated here as well. Lines, and all this graffiti right here in these buildings were done through texture overlay, which was simply done by him basically masking the buildings by just coloring them all white and just doing like just a simple screenshot using that was actually taken with all the lights turned off. Because again, it just ends up glowing in the dark anyway, so that makes it easy. And basically what he did was he just overlaid the textures in Photoshop. And this is actually used a lot. A lot of his artwork, which is done here as well. But with the moss that's on the wooden rooftops here, that was also done with texture overlay.
Right. So like, how long do you think that these things will like actually take? Like, how long do you think that something like this would actually take in order to make?
Well, it generally depends on the size of the scene. Like, I would say with the City 17 one here, and well, actually, all of them minus the Darth Vader one, all probably took Oldmate about. I'd say if he did it without any breaks, he probably could have made this in about 3 hours.
Oh wow!
But then again, Oldmate also has a lot of experience too. He's been doing Gmod art for a very long time.
Yeah.
So he can work under a very short amount of hours without too many mistakes made in between. But it's all about experimentation, especially since that a lot of these tools are very advanced, and they take some time to learn, and there really isn't too many tutorials for them, so it can be a bit mind-boggling at first to try and get used to all this.
Yeah. I mean, it's like impressive because I think what most people would think is that like most Gmod screenshots are like kind of like this Splatoon stuff, you know, like really poorly lit and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or like half-ass post.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically.
no. I have seen like so many just low effort screenshots, especially if you go like in just like the recent section, or like you just check out all the recent section in the Gmod artwork hub. It's just full of stuff that is just, I'm sorry, but it's so half-ass done. And it's okay, like, I guess if it's a shit post, but like, if you generally are making a low-effort screenshot, but you think it's good, you need to really reconsider what you're doing.
If I can show some criticism when it comes to like one, it's that people don't do hugging properly.
Oh yeah.
That's
Fuck that.
I can show you. I'll tell you guys how to properly do that. First,
Guys,
like,
it's honestly not that hard.
Firstly, make him actually hug.
let me get into the actual criticism, like for real. You see, if you guys think that just putting arms up at like a specific angle when you're hugging somebody is considered a hug, you obviously have not been hugged as a child, because that is not how you hug.
Jesus.
Wait, I know that, or I know it's dark, but it's kind of. But I'm a harsh critic. So,
No,
anyways,
please be a harsh crit.
okay, don't say that.
Welcome to the stream, by the way, KSI James.
Yes,
Hi.
welcome.
Okay, so
Wait, hold on. Killer Squid 12 says, if only Gmod has better graphics. Ty, would you like to dissect that point?
Oh boy.
Okay,
Here we go. Here we go.
You pissed them
Oh,
off,
boy.
big gamers. You pissed
Gmod, okay. Yes, Source Engine doesn't have the best graphics by default. But, here's the thing. First of all, if your computer is an absolute potato, then there's a good chance that's on your end. If not, and you have all your settings kicked up to the highest, then if you're still not seeing the quality in your screenshots, it's because you are using the camera tool by default, and you're not using the poster command. The poster command is exactly what causes this. See, with soft lamps, they come with a command called poster soft, and and next to it is like a different number of values, and those values are the render quality. Like poster soft 2, for example, would be 4K, while poster soft 3 would be 8K quality. All of Oldmate stuff here is in 8K.
And all of these posters were made inside of Gmod, correct?
Yep, all of these were done in Gmod. They were just done in a scene build. No maps were done here. And Oldmate did all the lighting himself from scratch. Although that Star Destroyer in the background was actually photoshopped in, but that's just because obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But
if I may go back to my original thing, because I was almost done.
Go ahead.
I know, as I was saying, if you want to make a good hug when two Inklings or Octolings are hugging, you don't have them just have their arms straight up. No, they might have big heads, but there's nothing wrong with the heads touching, or at least one side to the other, like, you know, when you hug your best friend or something.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty. And don't just have the arms too. You can also have like the torso, the leg, do anything. It's
And
not
please-
just arms. It can be. It's really good to have your spine move, because otherwise you're gonna look your characters are gonna look robotic, and you don't want that.
I
And
am a robot.
And guys, please look at reference whenever you're making any kind of composition, whether it's 2D or 3D art. You don't have to copy it exactly. In fact, don't copy the pose exactly. But just look at multiple reference of somebody hugging, and just
Like create your own interpretation of that.
yes,
Yeah.
and actually study it. See where the arms are placed in relation to one another. See how close their torsos are to one another. And yes, it doesn't matter if it's an Inkling, if it's Darth Vader, or if it's.
I just imagine now Darth Vader hugging someone.
Yeah,
Please
exactly.
Please don't make a poster of Darth Vader hugging, please.
Stop.
Darth Vader hugging Anakin.
Oh no.
no.
Silence, heretic.
Wait,
Yes,
he is
please
wait, he is Anakin, so he's just hugging his. Okay.
Okay.
I know,
Self-love,
he
man.
hugs himself because he's lonely.
Okay. KSI James asked, quick question: What's the best thing you lads have seen this month? So like in terms of like what do you mean in terms of entertainment, art, or movies?
Well, I
Something
mean,
like that.
I showed him my dick. God,
That was.
sorry.
I wish I had one just like it.
LolAttack, I swear to God.
I'm so sorry.
You're gonna get us age restricted.
No, we're not.
Cock and balls.
But we
Okay,
love
but-
you,
okay,
Susan.
but-
I love my friends.
Yeah, I love my friends and their dicks. Anyway, should we like actually focus on the question?
Yes.
Yeah, we should.
All right. Ty, would you like to give like your art highlights for this month?
Oh, sure, yeah. So you want me to actually show what's in here, or just talk about what I've seen?
Yeah. Do whatever.
Let's do a bit of both.
I mean, I've seen quite. I mean, I see pretty much a lot of interesting things every day because I'm constantly browsing Art Station, and so I'm always coming across some really incredible works of art. So I can't specifically give anything, but I can actually show here some of the stuff I've seen. Like here's some art from a guy I follow. I'm sorry, I actually forget his name, so I can't properly credit him. But his work is fantastic, and I love his brushwork here, and like how his style is so rough, but like it's still very clear what he's made here, and like you still get a lot of detail, but like there's a lot of lost edges.
It kind of reminds me of like oil painting.
Yeah, exactly. This is a very oil painting type of textures, in which probably used a lot of texture brushes like that to make these. A lot of stuff here too from two different artists. What I like about here is like demonstrating how you can sort of use like a mixture of warm and cool colors, and like still convey like a lot of detail, and still have a lot of like accuracy to this. But like for the dog here, you see there's like a lot of blue here, and that's not really necessarily realistic, but there's nothing wrong with it either.
Yeah.
Like it adds more flavor to it, and if you look close, you can even see like with this xenomorph concept here. Like if you look closely, there is some very subtle shades of blue right here around his arm, and I mean that's how a lot of painting is done. Is that it's done through like values and warms and cools. And that's usually how you get these type of effects, how you get this type of contrast, and this nice harmony between the color.
Okay.
Well, this one over here is like a lot more blended. Like there's you can still see like a lot of brush strokes, but like obviously this is a lot more detailed, and there's less of those artifacts going on. But it's still demonstrates a lot of nice detail. And he's, like over here with this guy, you can see like some green here, some blue down here, and it's all because it's cool colors. And of course, he's got some red here from like the light bounce too.
Yeah.
So overall, it just makes a good composition.
Some autistic kid asks, "Do you use any shaders? If yes, what shaders do you use?"
What do you mean, what shaders?
For Gmod, like graphic shaders.
I use the Life mod. That's pretty much it, I can say.
If you're talking about like post-processing, like going back to All Might stuff here, a lot of these type of Gmod renders are actually done. The post-processing is actually done in programs like Photoshop or GIMP, and sometimes yes, they do have certain filter overlays, but a lot of times they use stuff like the curves tool, the contrast tool, and they sort of edit the individual layers. Because something I actually forgot to mention too is that a lot of these renders are done with light stacking, where basically you do separate light renders. Like you'll do your key light, your fill light, your rim light, and whatever other glow effects, or just whatever other light sources there are. But you all do each light layer separately, and then you combine them in Photoshop.
Right.
And what it does, that it gives you more control over each layer, allowing you to individually, like, adjust the brightness and the contrast for each screenshot.
Yeah, that like, it's funny because you can really notice that most people, especially the people who are either just going into it or people like Brian, people like the BJ.
Just call him Brian Jackson.
No. But basically what they do is like they don't mess around with the lighting at all. They just like get a map, get like a pre-made map with like a very like for a map, it's good lighting, but like for posters and stuff, it's really bad because it's very oversaturated, probably.
First off, I can tell you right now that people like BJ don't even know the poster command exists. I can tell you right now, he probably has no idea what a soft lamp is. I mean, he just looks at it in the workshop and goes, "Oh, well, what the fuck am I looking at? Who's this Pico guy uploading all these weird tools?"
Something I should mention is that when it comes to lighting, in my opinion, is everything he just said. But if the lighting on the map is good enough already, like say, I'm on this map called Black Mesa. The lighting is amazing. The lighting is almost fantastic. If it's good enough, then be careful about not adding too much light, then, because too much brightness is also a key.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like
A perfect balance.
You can easily achieve overbright with a lot of the screenshots, and it just hurts your eyes.
The best thing to know when it's like oversaturated is like because
If it looks
in very concentrated light sources, they kind of lose their color a little bit. At least sometimes they do.
I mean, what I would say mostly is that they would look more crusty. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Imagine a transparent model in Source Filmmaker. It would look really bad if the lighting was on it and it was not mostly opaque, which is also a bad thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, my wording is terrible, but basically,
yeah, I know.
It would just
You're doing better than me right now, honestly.
No, I was actually talking to the people. But what I'm trying to mainly say is that it will look crusty. It will look really crusty, and you don't want too much lighting, unless you're trying to intentionally blind. Like, I'm not saying this as a joke when I say it, but when you're trying to intentionally blind something, like a character.
Yeah.
It all depends on both context of the scene and on the environment.
That's with most drawings, especially in Gmod. Like, it really depends on what kind of scene you're doing and what kind of lighting it needs.
Yeah, like like outdoor environments too. You don't need the light. And if it's dark, then add a few lights. Try to make it look like pretty or spooky, depending on what you're going for.
Don't make it too dark though, because that might make it a bit too edgy.
Or coloring. Don't forget coloring.
Yeah, that too.
Okay. Also, I want to mention something too. In no way is it bad to use maps for screenshots. I joke sometimes about that. Oh, if you don't scene build, then you might as well not make screenshots at all. But no, you can still use a map with its own lighting. But the important thing is that your composition still has to be good for it to be quality.
Yeah.
Actually, this would have been a great time for me to bring in Lily's art, because Lily does all his screenshots on maps, and they actually look really good. Yeah. And he even uses in-game post-processing, which I have a bias against, but he does it okay, I guess. No, I'm kidding. I do.
He's watching this stream right now. Oh my god.
I don't even know if he's on.
No, he's
I
not.
think it's on. Oh no, he's
I hope not.
He's on.
He DM'd me earlier with just a couple of.
Yike.
Just left it at that.
Damn.
But yeah, no. As long as your composition is good, it doesn't matter if you scene build or if you make it on just a normal map. Although here's one thing I always say: I do advise against in-game post-processing with Gmod, like especially the color modification tool. It's just no.
It's super janky.
No.
Even Life Mod, I still wouldn't recommend even using either.
It really depends when it comes to either life or any other thing on how you gotta keep that in mind, my friend.
That's true. Yeah, you can keep it subtle. I mean, if you say that to any people with Source Art Colony, they'll probably smack the shit out of you.
Yeah, but when it comes to art, I don't really care. I make art the way I want to, because making art the way you have to instead of the way you want to, you're not a real artist at that point. An artist loves to breathe their creativity the way they want.
This is this is still on the topic of art, but I kind of wanted to get into something too. So like I think like a few weeks ago, I was actually I was like super into Doom because Doom Eternal was coming out, So I absolutely, if you know me, I absolutely fucking adore the Doom soundtrack, especially for 2016, because Mick Gordon did an amazing job. And like what like I watched he was at GDC, I think 2016 or 2017. He was holding a conference there on the soundtrack of Doom, and it really reminded me of kind of what we're doing, because right before he starts, because I think his story was is that he had a briefing with the sound team on Doom, and basically they sent him a briefing saying no guitars. And while he was working on the music, and then sent them to play test it. When he tested it, it was kind of missing something, and so basically it was basically missing the guitars. That's what makes the Doom soundtrack basically. Also, what this dude does is he said how he how he grabbed or how he got like a, what was it? It was like a chainsaw. And
No, it was a lawnmower.
it was it was a lawnmower, and what he did is he synthesized the lawnmower sample to make like a few of the transitions and shit. It was the funniest shit ever, because like this dude is so creative when it comes to synthesizing stuff that like it gives really weird it shows really weird stuff.
People like Mick Gordon, musicians like Mick Gordon and Cell Dweller are extremely creative musicians, and especially when it comes to synthesis. Like they are like electronic music geniuses, and that's why I love hearing them to score any kind of game or movie. Like Cell Dweller did like the score for all of Dead Rising, but Brewster can testify it's incredible.
Well, I mean, almost all of Dead Rising. Most of it.
I mean, so some of it was done by Blue Stolly and some other electronic music artists, but like,
yeah, I was gonna say some of the boss music isn't by either of those two. No,
Yeah.
I think Blue Stolly is Cell Dweller though.
No. Blue Stolly and Cell Dweller are two very separate artists, but they are under the same record label.
Yeah.
They're also
Oh,
close
okay,
friends, too.
that's what I'm thinking.
Equal says what country you live in. Have we answered that or?
No, we haven't.
No.
All right.
No, and I don't think we should we?
I mean, it's just a
I mean,
country.
Yeah, it's
So-
just a country. No, it's not like the
All right.
Yes, it's not like anyone's gonna track down our IP.
Yeah, you got a point.
And I'm just gonna say hello to poorly aged comments.
Yikes.
Just in case this gets out there. Since we're just a group of people on the internet, we live in a bunch of different places. So like,
Wait,
so,
what's
like,
about IP?
We're a very diverse group.
I just have
Yeah.
restraining order against all people.
God. But yeah, I live in Dubai.
I live in the Netherlands. Same with Goldie.
I live in USA.
As do I.
Earth.
I am from Thailand, the only one.
Nice.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
from Thailand. There's a lot
Yep.
of Tylers over. No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop. I'm
Alright, you
gonna
want to die?
Ty, I will gut you like a fish. I swear to God.
I'm sorry. If look,
Oh.
You live in the USA too. I know where you live.
I know. Look, if Lily's not here to make, I gotta.
Some autistic kid asks, "How is project maintenance going?"
Oh,
Well,
that is a question for
we're
Soraya.
still working on like the timeline of like events that'll like determine like when stuff happens. So we haven't we have like a rough first draft of the script, but we're thinking of scrapping it, but like it's a good like we're still gonna use it in some way as like for like as a reference of like as a reference for like when the key points are gonna happen. But yeah, I reworked the characters a little bit to make them like a little bit more interesting, in my opinion, and like make them like a little bit more dynamic. But yeah, so right now it's mostly just working on the timeline, and then once that's over and done with, then we can like finally finally start on working on the script, in which case I'll probably start working on a script for a pilot first. I'm gonna have to ask Lol about that some more. So
Okay. Discussions are still ongoing.
Yeah.
KSI James says, "What's it like in Dubai, by the way?" Is this a me question?
Yeah, I guess because I don't live in Dubai.
I mean, hey, Star also does. So
it's I'm going to assume it's hot, but then again, I wouldn't know because I haven't been outside in like weeks.
yeah, same. Yeah. Again, right now no one's allowed in or out due to the C virus.
Due to Rona.
To the canola virus.
The freaking
Do the granola bars.
Granola. Yeah.
granola.
Due to the granola virus.
The gorilla virus.
Granola.
And Steve says, "Hey, LolAttack, I found someone."
Good for you.
That sounds very
Nice.
good.
Congratulations, you won.
How
Yay.
intimidating.
And Mr. Ishi says hi. And Steve, did you find Ishi?
Ishi, this is an online class. Please mute your
I
microphone.
can't say much because public chat.
Oh.
Yeah, so this is an online
You'll
class.
get-
Yeah, the class where I stutter and pretend I know what I'm talking about.
Please have mercy on us, boomers, please.
Crayola virus.
KSI James came over the Crayola virus. Yeah, I'm calling it.
Granola.
now.
I actually love that one.
That's gorgeous. Thank
That is
you.
amazing.
So okay, where was I? Okay, I was actually gonna go into something too. So Mick Gordon was actually talking about how, because he like Doom was like a bit like really different compared to the things he worked on before, and basically what he was like the lesson he learned from that whole experience writing the Doom soundtrack or doing the Doom soundtrack is, if you change the
Guys,
process,
completely unrelated. But my layer opacity is at 69%.
that is great. Good for you. But
I'm impressed. As a fellow artist, I am impressed.
basically, if you're working on a project and it's like you're doing, let's say you're doing something like you're doing the same thing every single time when you work on a new project, and it won't like because you're doing the same thing every time, it won't really change much. So if you change the process of how you work things, it'll also change the outcome of what things will happen, of how things will happen, basically.
It's basically about being able to kind of stretch out beyond your comfort zones and like try something a little bit different than than your usual norm. Like before Mick Gordon started working on the Doom soundtrack, he did a lot of stuff for Killer Instinct, which by the way is fantastic as well. And he also did, I think when he really started getting into the type of Doom level soundtrack is when he was doing Wolfenstein: A New Order.
Oh yeah.
And the soundtrack in there is good. It's good as well. It doesn't get as insane as Doom does, but it comes close.
Doom is absolutely fucking bonkers.
Yeah. Holy shit.
No, Doom has like this amazing blend of like distorted industrial metal with black metal and a little bit of just death metal, all kind of combined under one roof.
Yeah.
And it fits the aesthetic so well.
And the last thing he pointed out in his moral was, in order to get success, you need a team that encourages an environment where you feel comfortable in failure. Basically, how we achieve that is, let's say someone here is working on a project and he hasn't told anyone yet, but because he's kind of working on it silently, and he wants to show it later. Basically, if you say stuff like, let's say he presents it and you say shit like, "Oh, it kind of sucks," then it doesn't really. That's pretty bad criticism. What he means by changing or by encouraging an environment where you feel comfortable in failure is that you say like, "Oh, it's not that good, but you're going on the right path." If you say stuff like that, then everything is gonna be then that'll be a very, very good.
Well, that's because that's actually constructive criticism, and not just bashing somebody and telling them, "Oh, what you did today was wrong," and so you should
You
feel
gotta
bad.
tell them why.
Like, not telling them how to get better.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of the Gmod artists in the servers that I'm in do. Like, they don't just say, "Okay, this is bad." Even if they kind of do that, they still sort of, like, their criticism is very blunt. Especially Joaz. Like, my God, Joaz actually gets pissed when people even move an arm in the wrong direction in a Gmod art. Like, he just loses it. And I kind of don't blame him, honestly.
What if, hey, Ty, what if the arm is meant to be broken then? How would you feel about that?
That's different. Well, that's different. If it's obvious, that's obvious. But if like somebody is holding a gun and their wrist is like twisted in a really like unrealistic direction for like even something like a space marine to do, then he'll just be like, "What are you doing? How could you not realize what you're doing is wrong here?"
So if
That makes sense.
by encouraging a sort of environment where you feel comfortable in failure, you will enable someone to thrive in their because they're stepping out of the comfort zone to make something that they usually don't do. So if you shut them down, then that really will not work. So if you just be constructive about it and give props where or give credit where credit is due, you will enable someone to thrive, and that is what you want, because that's when you get shit like the Doom soundtrack, for example.
Yeah.
So essentially, you want a good team, and if you want to start developing, whether it's a game or it's a TV or like it's just like an animated series or just like or any kind of production, having the right team makes all the difference. Even if for whatever reason the production ended up like going down the drain and not being well received for the most part, if at the very least it was done in an encouraging environment, you feel like that you didn't do all this drudge work and had to put up with all this unnecessary bullshit to get there. Well, so I think that matters a lot. Although,
That really
again,
does.
if you do have an encouraging team, there's a good chance you guys will make something that's quality.
Yeah,
If I may, I'd like
Go
to go
ahead.
into the topic when it comes to criticism soon.
go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, let's go. Well, we're kind of already in it, so let's just
Let's
Good.
just jump into it.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Let's just jump into it.
Okay, Philip DeFranco. Well, I got a few things that I should teach you children on YouTube a lesson about criticism, because I got a lot of good viewers. There, let's start with what is the difference between criticism, full on bullshit,
Yeah,
shall we?
go ahead.
All right. Let's say for example, you make an artwork. Doesn't matter the quality. You make an artwork. If someone is going to say that your artwork is sucks or it just says bad, never accept that as criticism, because it is. There's no such thing as criticism when they say something is bad or just it plain sucks. And most importantly, always accept feedback, because even if you think it looks
Yes.
good, there is a chance that it probably doesn't look good.
God, I hate saying his name again. But again, Brian Jackson, another example.
I'm gonna mention somebody that's really. I'm not gonna give this person's name because they don't deserve to have their name spoken, but they're not in the Splatoon community. I'll say that
Damn.
for starters.
Going
We're gonna call it. We're gonna call. Everybody knows who this guy is. Probably here. Well,
Mhm.
not everybody, but
Is it Mr. Jackson?
no,
No,
it's
it's not.
definitely it's not.
It's not Jack.
You probably don't know him either. Lol. I know Ty does, unfortunately.
Oh boy, I'm already scared.
Let's refrain from mentioning his name because really does not
Yeah.
done.
Okay, like DM me who you're talking about.
Yeah, it did me too, because I don't know.
I
You
think I
li-
have an idea who he's talking about.
All right.
Me too.
Can you type it in chat or something? Like,
Yeah, doing the
something?
podcast chat actually.
Yeah. In
Yeah.
the podcast chat.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I kind of had a feeling that this would. Okay.
Good. Better than having to DM you people.
Wow.
Do not say
Damn.
his name. He does not deserve the record.
I don't know them.
Good. Well, let's just say that he made this guy. particular made a bunch of OCs from a particular franchise he proclaims as his own, which in reality is actually just a big ass ripoff. But the thing is that this guy had the same kind of mentality as Brian, surprisingly, where he thought it was the most amazing thing ever. He thought, no, they were a bunch of shitty MS Paint drawings. In fact, I think one of them was actually cropped from a Sonic character. Yeah, it's that. Do not be like this guy. Do not. Be a good person and always accept criticism. And if you think your art is good, that's good, but you should always get a second opinion because you never know. Because,
I was just gonna mention that even when you have quote unquote mastered something, like basically if like looking at the artwork over here, if your stuff looks like this doesn't mean that you're done and that you've hit the peak of what you can do. This means what Old Maid has done, he still has plenty of room for improvement, even though he's fantastic already where he is. But he can definitely take it further if he wants. And that goes for anybody in any art media.
God.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Always accept criticism, except when it says that they're bad or
Except
they
when
don't
it
like
isn't.
Accept criticism if it's not bullshit.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly. No, don't accept banter.
And if someone's criticism, doesn't matter if it's a good criticism or bad, kind of upsets you a bit, try to restrain yourself from going apeshit.
Yeah, because that's what Mr. BJ did, and we all know how that went down.
Or as I like to call him, J. Ryan Baxon.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna say.
Michael
I
Jackson.
still love our friend trumpet player's name for him is Ryan's wax son.
Oh my god.
Nice.
If some people are, honestly, even myself can sometimes get a little antsy about criticism. But as long as you just keep yourself from being a complete asshole about it, then you're good.
Basically, anytime Brewster posts something and I'm screaming at him, he didn't use soft.
Well, maybe because I'm not a soft lamp artist like you or that other guy.
Yikes.
You are
in all seriousness. In all seriousness, it doesn't. Again, that comes back to the whole thing. Is like, which way you do, as long as your composition is good, that's all that matters. And if you accept criticism for it, but that's just a running joke me and Brewster and Lily have.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right.
Do we still have more art to cover, or is that it?
We do have more stuff to cover.
Okay.
But maybe just a little more. I mean, like, I was just gonna go into like talking about style and like about character design a little bit, but we could honestly launch into something else if you guys would rather.
Sure, we can go
Like
for that
what?
actually.
Should we make like this seminar its own video?
We could actually, because honestly, I could do this way better. Because like, I feel like
with an actual script.
Yes, with an actual script, because I feel like I'm like, so.
Well, welcome back to our class with the entire teacher staff of LolAttack Productions.
So
It's the online class over.
I am a criticism specialist.
you put the light here, and I think he used a soft lamp to put another light there.
And then the light makes a flash.
Whoa.
You make sure that the person who calls your work good is happy to you.
Honestly,
As long as they don't do a swear.
Be
or make a
nice.
bad face.
Yeah, don't be an asshole.
I don't want to hear any fucks or shits. Only fricks.
I hate you.
I swear to God, if somebody fucking says the fucking F word, I will destroy you.
Guys, I just
Fuck.
found out what the F word means.
Oh
Guys,
shit.
I just found out.
I swear to God, you guys are gonna give my mom a heart attack. I fucking sorry, mother.
Sorry, Bruce.
Can't
assholes.
do that.
Mama Tikupa.
Guys, I know what the F word means now.
Oh my God, what does it mean?
It says for factory.
Oh my God.
It's pretty fast, bear.
Oh no.
Oh, get out of here. Get out of here. I'm the host
Wait,
now.
guys.
Get out.
Guys,
What the freaking fricks?
what if we kissed in the factory? Haha,
This-
unless...
This stream is
Dude,
sponsored by
I hate
Marketplace.ts.
I hate this.
What were you gonna say, Kat?
Question.
Go ahead.
Is
Yeah.
Lol the man behind the slaughter?
Oh my god, is he
Oh
the man?
shit.
I admitted that I'm the man behind the slaughter on multiple occasions.
Yes, but I
Yeah,
helped.
but not live. Not
Is he the
not to 13 people watching right now.
Is
Okay,
he the
okay,
man?
guys.
14,
fine.
actually,
I'm-
get it right.
Okay, in regards to it, like I'm the man behind the slaughter of TDF.
Oh shit.
Woo.
I
can
thought we
say
weren't
nothing
gonna mention
except
that name.
It's a joke.
I know.
It's
Would've thought-
it's like
It's a joke.
it's like satirical and it's supposed to be funny. You're supposed to laugh right now. Why are you laughing?
Why are
Why-
you laughing?
Why aren't you laughing?
Oh, you know,
I'm gonna smack you.
I just realized something. I actually could have been demonstrating this art stuff way better if I actually opened up Gmod and showed you guys the...
Stupid.
But that wouldn't be a podcast, man.
Stupid.
It's supposed to be a
That
talk
wouldn't-
show. God damn it!
Then again, an art seminar isn't a podcast either.
Listen,
That's true.
It's a segment. It's not got. You know what?
You know what? I'm sorry. Sorry, Link, but this did become an art seminar.
I
almost.
am leaving this. I am leaving LolAttack Productions. This I cannot handle this
Good
right now.
for you.
I am done.
Bye.
This is a
Bye.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Good for you, Link.
We won't miss you.
Oh, thank you.
We here at LolAttack Productions are a tightly knit family.
There's
Yeah.
there's
I
something.
hate this family.
There's something
And
we
we
wanna.
also live in the state of Alabama.
So chat. There's something we've been debating for a long while now. We still have the answer to. I want you guys to answer it. I want the chat to answer it. Do girls actually fart?
I swear to this one.
Oh
Oh my
my-
god.
He did it. He asked the question. We're gonna get
Yeah,
demonetized.
girls.
that's the main question.
Everybody just,
No.
everybody just post blushing emojis to that.
Oh my god.
Do it.
Holy shit!
Okay.
Everyone just post the air cloud emote.
No.
No,
Don't,
that's too
don't disappoint
cursed.
me. Don't
Why?
disappoint
Dude, let's not make it that bad.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I like
Um,
living.
Just want you all to know that me and Bruce are like the old stuck with these children. Help us.
Yeah, that's true.
What? How old
Me.
are you guys?
I'm 22. I'm 22.
In reality,
23.
Oh!
in reality,
I'm scared.
Ty is the one who's the
Storm,
child.
Storm, help me! I'm scared. Oh God, there
How
are
would I
adults
help?
here.
How should I help you? I'm the youngest one here.
Some autistic.
There's adults here.
Some autistic
Hey.
kid says
Ew.
yes. Look at DeviantArt.
Adults.
Oh no, I don't. I'm not. No, we're not doing that.
Responsibility.
No.
You know what? As a
Oh,
joke,
was it like paying tax?
Goldie,
Okay,
do
you know
not
what?
look at. No, you're not going to DeviantArt, bitch.
as a joke, we should force Link to watch it.
What? Watch what?
Watch.
I would love to watch DeviantArt. I love watching. It's my favorite.
Man, I love seeing all these DeviantArt pictures. Watching. Not actually looking at them.
I sure do love watching animations on DeviantArt.
Guys,
Bro,
I'm,
look at this
Damn,
good
so do
shit.
I.
I'm not gonna show the stream what you're gonna post, and it doesn't matter
Okay,
what
anyway,
it is.
moving swiftly along.
Sad.
I feel like now should be a good time to relaunch the Q&A.
Yes, please
I
send
completely agree.
send me your
I-
send me your daring questions.
Please do.
Right now.
Send your dank questions in the chat, and we'll try to answer them as quick as they come in.
I'm closing out PowerPoint. Take one good last look, kids. Ooh, no,
This won't help you in the future.
no, don't save. Go away. Wait, no, save. Oh God. Yeah.
Ty
Save or
forgot
don't
to save.
Make up your damn mind, old man.
Yeah, you fucking boomer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Boomer.
boomer.
Yeah, boomer.
No boomers allowed.
Shit.
Get out of here.
What is happening right now?
Like a
Boomer.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop this.
No
There we go.
boomers in our
Brewster and
stream.
Ty are actually the boomers of LolAttack Productions.
You know what's
Lap.
funny? Link keeps calling me the boomer, but now he can't say I'm the boomer anymore.
You are older
Gaming
than me.
Gaia says, LMA, you guys need help.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. If anybody would like to sponsor our group therapy sessions,
This raid, this we need to get
we
fucking.
really like that.
We need to get sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Can we do that
Once
at
we-
the end of the year?
Like once the day I say we succeed is we get a successful either NordVPN sponsorship or a Raid Shadow Legends offer.
Yeah, that's the day when LAP makes its mark.
Yes.
Listen,
Oh, yeah.
listen. Please support our group therapy sessions because I mean, most of them just end up. Star just crying about how I keep stealing her stuff from her room, but
I swear,
you
it's
do
not
what?
me.
You do what?
Our funds from Patreon goes straight towards our therapy sessions.
I have an OnlyFans now. It's on my Twitter.
No me, bitch.
Simp alert.
Bitch.
I do know that Link did a collaboration with iDubbbz's girlfriend
Yes, I did.
on OnlyFans.
Idos was sitting in the closet. He was having a lot of fun there in there.
Yeah. KSI James asked the query. Have any of you played Killing Floor 2? I have not.
Nope.
Me.
nope, and I will play it until Tripwire Studios actually fixes the game.
Oof.
Oof.
I think my
Ouch.
brother played it, but I have not.
The only thing, although what's great about Killing Floor 2 is that Demon Hunter songs are played in it, and it's fantastic.
Tie your mic.
Oh,
Put it
sorry.
away from your face.
Yes, please.
But if you want to go to my OnlyFans, it's only
Please do.
It's only $6 a month. Please, I need to pay my rent. I'm gonna get evicted soon. I need it.
Swear to
Right
God,
now.
you'll be making OnlyFans account.
You think this content is free?
Credit card is the way to go.
You think
Credit
this
card
podcast is free? Nope. You're gonna pay for it, dude.
We
Nothing
have a
in this
budget
world is
of
free,
2
unfortunately.
cents, all right, what
This
the fuck
is-
are you talking about?
$5 a
by-
minute.
This is by far the best My Little Pony foot fetish artist I have.
Stop it! Stop it!
Yeah.
Stop it!
Thank you.
I will happily ask you to cease.
No, keep going.
Cease
Keep
and
going,
desist.
Keep going.
No, that's the end of it.
God damn it.
I thank God. I mean, I don't want any. That comment was painful to read.
Cease and desist,
God.
Ty. You cringy bastard.
Hey, I'm not the cringe. I'm just reading the.
You are.
Yeah.
You have become the cringe.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Doing something.
You know,
as
majority.
Somebody once
majority
said,
votes.
I don't fucking remember who they were. Doing things ironically is a gateway into doing things unironically, or something along those lines.
You
What's
hear
that
that?
mean?
Gee, you hear that, Goldie? You hear that, Goldie?
What?
Mr. DeviantArt.
Bruh,
For example,
what do you
I'm
mean?
starting to ooh-woo in real life, and it's scaring me, guys. I'm
Stop
becoming
it.
a furry.
I have taught her
I'm
how to
becoming a
do it.
furry.
That's okay. Brewster already is one.
Ooh, woo.
Yeah, a bat.
He did it. He did it.
I'm a
Brewster,
good boy.
ooh-woo with me.
No!
I see how this comes on you. Ooh, you
Brewster,
so more.
Brewster,
Couldn't help but notice
Oh.
your phone from across the floor.
I'm gonna fucking like. I'm gonna fucking give you cyanide whenever I see you in real life.
Yes,
Oh, yes,
please do.
Gimme.
Yes.
Gimme.
Please do.
Give.
I'm gonna put cyanide in your drink and then drink your drink before you get to drink it. So
Right.
That's,
so
that's like a suicide pact.
I wonder if anybody's asking
Yeah.
questions right now. I'm gonna check.
no one is.
Oh.
Imagine asking questions.
asking questions, man? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Stop. No, I'm kidding. There was like
Bruh, imagine asking questions.
there was like
God, I remember when we had 17 watchers earlier. Cool. Now
Now
we're
we have
12.
11.
Yeah, look what you guys did.
that.
Oh,
that
it was
is-
12 again.
I think I scared them all away with my
Yeah,
aggressive
yeah.
thing.
Yes, Star, what did you do?
we do not
The
condone
fuck off,
furries.
Goldie. Fuck off, Goldie.
What did you do?
Shut up, Goldie.
No.
Shut up, Goldie.
This
Shut
is
up,
fine.
No.
Goldie, shut up.
What are you gonna do about it, Cat?
Like we said, we are a
Shut
very
up, Goldie.
encouraging. We have a very encouraging environment.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you can see, we are.
Shut up, Gold. No, I'm kidding.
No?
Goldie, shut up.
I'm kidding.
How about
Oh my God,
no
Goldie,
shush, Cat?
stop.
Goldie, oh
Goldie,
my god.
Bro, you just spilled my
This is,
Starbucks.
this is why we only have 11 viewers right now.
Yeah.
Y'all heretics.
Oh boy, I hope we hit 10.
Oh, this stream went totally out of context as we were planning.
No,
so,
listen.
yeah.
This was the jank stream.
Guys, some autistic kid has a question.
What's it? What's your
Finally,
question,
someone
soldier?
asked us something.
Please send me a question right now.
Oh, what is it? What is it? Welcome to our question. ASMR.
What's your question, soldier?
What's your question, soldier?
Shall we answer this question in ASMR?
No. Stop.
Okay.
Stop right now.
Yes, I will.
Okay.
I will.
God fucking damn it.
This is very, very.
Some autistic kid, we're on the edge of our seats right now. Don't keep us waiting.
Stop.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty-
man.
Come on.
It's rude to keep a man waiting.
Come on.
Yeah, don't keep a lady waiting, dude. Look at Goldie.
Yeah, dude.
Probably
Oh,
doing that on purpose.
Link.
This dude is like typing like a snail at a snail space on
The
purpose.
entire podcast now is Goldie bad.
Exactly.
All of you.
No, we should actually
Goldie
change
bad.
it.
Star
Soraya,
the best.
Soraya, you're
Star
a
the
bottom. Stop it right now.
Oh, yeah.
I'll do that.
Oh, yeah,
Star
Star is definitely a bottom.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
You
a
are.
bottom.
You
I'm
are
not
a
a-
bottom.
I'm not.
You
I'm
literally
not.
are a
Sick
bottom.
of this shit.
Mom, Dad, stop
Me-
fighting, please.
Actually, I'm
Oh.
literally the bottom. Like, I'm actually the lowest person here.
Are you sure? Are you
I don't-
sure
Wait,
about
who's the
that?
bottom?
Oh, Star, you're
okay,
a top.
does
Name
that-
every
will
other
you,
top
on,
person.
Like, a daily basis, if like that doesn't happen, then you don't get to the bottom.
Wait, it's actually you actually want to brag about?
Oh,
You're bragging about
Oh.
being a bottom.
You
Oh
chose
my!
me.
I take pride in having absolutely no dignity.
Well, all right then.
Clearly.
Hey, Star.
Hey, he asked it.
Huh?
Will the lustful one? Oh God! Will the lustful return feature? Will the lustful return feature the entire LolAttack production team?
I think
for
it's
those-
just
for those
me,
on it-
Kat,
for-
and Lol. That'll be fake.
And
Let them answer.
Roxy from Goldie.
Oh,
Wait,
For those for those uninitiated, The Lustful Return is the official sequel to The Lustful One, by our boy Genesis, who is also a member of LolAttack Productions.
shit! Oh shit! Oh shit, bro! He announced another thing.
I wonder who's going to be in it.
Speaking of announcements, there should be. Isn't there something that we were going to announce in the chat right now?
What were you gonna?
Oh,
I don't
boy.
remember.
Huh?
I
What?
think, yeah, I
There was
think
something
we
we were gonna
were.
announce.
What were you gonna?
animation analysis.
Oh shit! Animation anal.
Oh,
Ooh.
Oh boy.
What was it again? I forgot.
It was the animation analysis for all of the Gmod crossovers episodes that we haven't covered yet.
Oh shit!
Oh shit.
Oh, this is gonna be a long one. All right. Strap in,
It's
boys.
gonna be boring.
Yeah, like we've already like recorded our reactions for analysis.
Do we have a release date?
Release date of
January 2021. Let's go.
yeah.
Fe-
Hold on. I'm gonna get out my calendar.
December
2023.
Featuring Ty from the Devil May Cry
Uh,
series.
No, but no one
Not
cares about
me
him.
because I'm a sad person.
May 1st, 2020. New animation analysis.
Oh fuck!
Ew.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
What's
That is-
this?
That is an official announcement, by the way. Animation analysis, Gmod crossovers episodes 1, 2, and 3 coming out on May 1st.
On the disclaimer, I will never be in any of those for the
Good.
for you children out there.
You're
not
not
featuring
even
me
going to. You're not even going to become a reviewer.
Oh, I'll become a reviewer, but what was I saying? Oh, I won't be featured in any animations. Probably is what I mean.
Right.
Yeah, but that's all. That's all I meant. No, I'll be a reviewer.
Okay. I should probably apply that role to you then.
I'll be-
How
I'm still
unprofessional,
reviewing
man.
too. So we're
Okay.
gonna all do it. We're gonna all be stupid, I guess.
Nice.
We're all stupid.
Yeah,
Some
can
autistic kid asks, "Can you show your feet, Awu?"
Get the
What?
hell
If you
away
touch my
from me!
It's on my-
if you touch my OnlyFans account.
If you want
Yeah,
my
it's on
feet
my OnlyFans.
pictures, I got a consent.
Geoff
Geoff
moment. Oh my
moment.
god.
Geoff
No.
moment.
Oh, ouch.
Geoff.
Ouch.
It's
Geoff
that,
praise?
Yeah.
to anybody else that could be like that could just go right over their heads, but we know exactly what you're talking about.
Oof.
I hate this very much.
Wait, Ty, do you know what this autistic kid is talking about?
No, but do I have to?
Yes.
Yes.
Tell them, gamers.
Go on.
Fuck, I guess I'm explaining it, huh?
Let's ruin his
I
childhood.
mean, I could explain that. I could explain Geoff.
Alright. Go ahead.
Not on stream. Not on stream.
Okay.
Damn it! Damn it!
Yes,
Huh.
the cock block.
Oh, I wanted to spill the tea.
No tea. No.
We will talk about this after the podcast. Speaking of, should we begin to wrap this up?
We should probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it bye time, gamers?
It's bye
It's
bye
bye
time.
time.
Finally!
Sad vibes.
Finally!
How long have we been going actually?
We've been
About
going
2
for 1.5
hours.
hours.
That's it. Just 2 hours. We didn't even
long.
make it. We didn't even make it to noontime, which is fine, honestly.
I thought we
Good.
were gonna stop at 12 though.
Nah,
Like
it's
normal podcasts last for like only an hour. So
we
at least
actually
like-
went over
at
our
least like
quota,
they used to.
technically.
Yeah.
Oh, guys,
I
I hope you...
so want to do this again. Not gonna lie.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and it will be probably more organized next time from the start,
Probably not.
And probably
Yeah.
maybe.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Don't count on it though.
But yeah. Link, just prepare to wrap everything up. Get the overscreen up.
Yes.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the LolAttack podcast. These will hopefully begin to like show up again every Sunday if everyone's okay with that.
Probably.
Perhaps. Possibly.
Okay. So I'll take this. I'll take that as a yes.
Follow
Your
me on
podcast.
Twitter, by the way. At it could be a link. Let's go.
Follow
me on
For any of you who want to see
Follow me at Real LolAttack. The others should be on the screen right now. Link.
Yes.
Yeah, follow me at a good _Steve, which is actually not the account's actual name, but you know.
just
You know.
just follow. Yeah, just follow me at Brewster Koopa. That's it. Nothing else.
Yeah.
Mine's is at StarMango3, if anybody's curious.
may I
Yeah.
now?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Follow me if you want to see me kick ass with a hammer and shit.
Okay,
On
Hammer.
twitter.com at
Okay, Hammer Queen.
TV because I kick ass a lot.
Also, I have a Twitch account.
Exactly.
Same at.
Ooh,
sure is
ooh,
Link.
Link is an e-girl Twitch streamer.
Yeah.
Yep.
I also have OnlyFans streams on my Twitter account. So that's...
Look, none of that is news to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways,
Alright.
it's been great.
All right.
Let's wrap this up.
All right.
All right.
Alright.
Let's wrap
yeah.
this shit up.
Yeah, for real. Hope you guys all enjoyed the new podcast. This format will be continuing throughout every Saturday for the foreseeable future. So I hope you guys stick around. I hope you guys enjoyed this every Sunday. Yep. Be sure to subscribe to LolAttack Productions if you haven't already. If you didn't, you're a fucking heretic. And until next time, thank you all for watching, and we will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.
Bye bye.
Later,
Ciao.
gamers.
Goodbye.
Gamer.